Welcome to Biomass Magazine's top headlines from the past week. I'm your host, Jacob Noterman. Before we get started, I'd like to thank this edition's headline sponsor, Christensen's Biofuels Financial Conference. The event, scheduled for September 27th and 28th in Minneapolis, aims to help those in the ethanol and biodiesel industries make the best use of capital and resources. Attendees will learn how to create a well-managed plan for growth and change that maximizes profitability while ensuring future stability. The conference is produced by Christensen PLLP and organized by BBI International. Visit biofuelsfinancialconference.com for more information. The U.S. Energy Information Administration has released new data on the U.S. densified biomass fuel industry, reporting there was nearly 12.71 million tons of capacity in place in April, with an additional 165,500 tons planned or under construction. Producers responding to the EIA's data request indicated they had purchased 810,000 tons of raw biomass feedstock during the month, produced 480,000 tons of densified fuel, and sold 460,000 tons of densified fuel. Heating pellets accounted for 85,000 tons of production, while utility pellets accounted for 397,000 tons. Domestically, respondents reported that sales of densified biomass fuel reached 69,000 tons in April, averaging $146.61 per ton. An additional 387,000 tons were exported, averaging $127.98 per ton. Pinnacle Renewable Energy recently purchased its 50th pellet mill from Andritz Feed and Biofuel. The company marked the milestone by visiting Andritz Muncie, Pennsylvania manufacturing facility to see the new biofuel pellet mill being made. Pinnacle purchased its first Andritz pellet mill back in 2000. According to Andritz, its pellet mills produce more than 50% of all of the biofuel pellets worldwide. Scott Bax, Senior Vice President of Operations at Pinnacle, said the company looks forward to continuing its relationship with Andritz. In New Hampshire, a new law is expected to benefit the state's biomass power producers by increasing the price of alternative compliance payments, or ACPs, for Class 3 sources under the state's Renewable Portfolio Standard. Information released by the New Hampshire Timberland Owners Association explains ACP prices effectively set a ceiling on renewable energy credit, or REC, pricing. According to the NHTOA, adequately priced REC market makes the difference between a biomass power plant's ability to run economically or have to shut down as economically unviable. The group indicated that the new law should help drive REC values that will allow Class 3 biomass power plants to continue operations. In mid-July, Energy Secretary Rick Perry announced funding to establish 4 Department of Energy Bioenergy Research Centers. The centers aim to provide scientific breakthroughs enabling a new generation of sustainable, cost-effective bioproducts and bioenergy. Initial funding for the 4 centers will total $40 million for fiscal year 2018, with plans for 5 years of funding. The 4 centers include the Great Lakes Bioenergy Research Center, led by the University of Wisconsin-Madison in partnership with Michigan State University, the Center for Bioenergy Innovation, led by DOE's Oak Ridge National Laboratory, the Joint Bioenergy Institute, led by DOE's Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, and the Center for Advanced Bioenergy and Bioproducts Innovation, led by the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. In Washington, D.C., Congressman Bill Pascrell recently introduced legislation that aims to establish a production tax credit for renewable chemicals made from biomass. The bill, known as the Renewable Chemicals Act of 2017, or H.R. 3149, would establish a PTC of 15 cents per pound of bio-based content. To be eligible, the renewable chemicals would need to be made in the U.S. and have a bio-based content of at least 95%. Renewable chemicals sold or used in the production of any food, feed, or fuel product would not be eligible. The legislation would also allow the taxpayer to claim an investment tax credit in lieu of the PTC. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more of the biomass industry's top stories.